okay. It's a sunny day, although it's a bit cloudy as well. Let's see how we go with this. The temperature, they say, is going to get up to 24 degrees today, so it should be quite mild. It was cold for the past couple of days, windy and drizzly, pretty much. But anyway, let's see how we go. This is quite a boring piece, but it could come up a treat. Hopefully it will. Dot matrix, I think, might work with this. Yeah, it's getting closer to Chrissy's, folks. The photocopier company that's servicing this machine, this is their last day, which is Friday, if I'm correct, Friday the 22nd of December. So we're getting closer and closer to Christmas Day. I'm going to be spending it on my own, I do envisage. I don't think Channel 9 is going to be... Well, they won't get this recent material, but they got lots of material and they would have seen heaps of Christmases, believe you me. This is what we're photocopying. I think it's Coles. It's a Coles docket I found on the ground. It looks quite interesting, even though it's a bit of a boring topic to demo with, but it could look really nice. But basically, yeah, I get really lonely without my partner Luigi, and I don't think Channel 9 really give a flying fuck about it. They're just a bunch of fucking Grinches, fuckwits. They got no fucking idea what it's like to be lonely at Christmas. Every fucking dumb Christmas. And that's come up looking quite shit. It's quite a dark image. I think we made it too dark, folks. But yeah, it does. It gets very lonely on my own here and dealing with things that I have to deal with, and gonna leave it on dot matrix and just gonna line it up. But yeah, it gets lonely. I'm trying my best to be happy. I'm trying to raise the feeling. You know, wearing my festive hat, trying to put out a festive vibe, even though inside I feel like I'm rotting away because these stupid dumb TV people don't want to fucking help. And that's come up looking quite shithouse, but better. I could do a better job of that. Maybe change the original top. I think dot matrix isn't suitable for this. We're just going to use the usual default mode. Colour, maybe the black and white may not work too well with this. But yeah, it gets very lonely, folks. It gets so fucking lonely, it's not fucking funny. Beyond a joke, actually, folks. And that's come up looking really nice, actually. That's better. That's what we want. I do think I might have to enlarge it across and maybe move it back a bit, but that's come up looking really a treat so far. But yeah, it gets very lonely away from my partner Luigi and trying to make ends meet on a tight budget, you know, the tight budget, even though I don't have any, I guess it's one of the advantages of being a loner is not having commitments like trying to buy presents for your family or buy presents for your friends and cards and all that fancy stuff that really you just don't have time for, you know, like it's a real pain in the ass. Like you have to otherwise you appear to be selfish, I guess, in this day and age if you don't, even though budgets are tighter than normal because of rising costs of living. Well, basically, what was I going to say? Yeah, it's making Christmas harder, I guess, and basically, yeah, it's really making, but people still feel the pressure to give, to give heaps. And there's one thing I do suggest, folks, if you're going to give, how about you think about giving to the to charity or to less fortunate people who really need something, who really need to have help to make ends meet big time. So, if you can give to the poor and just throw some money at the charities like the Salvation Army, that would be really good. Those who've got more, who've got heaps, it would be really nice if people who've got heaps could do that. And that's come up looking really quite nice. It looks a bit wishy-washy though, but at least it's the composition's looking quite nice. But yeah, I just think it would be nice if more people with lots of money and lots of resources could come and help the less fortunate. I wish I could. I wish I was rich. If I was rich, I'd try my best to end homelessness. I wish I could, folks. I wish I could end homelessness. I wish people would not have to sleep on the street this Christmas or at all. Not just Christmas, charity should be around all the year around instead of just at Christmas time. And that's come up looking really quite nice. The contrastiness, I put extra contrast in. But yeah, I do believe that charity should be all year round. That one that you should make, if you've got money, you should make a concerted effort to give to those less fortunate than yourselves, and to make sure they stay off the street, especially if they're mothers and children, for crying out loud, escaping domestic violence. And there's not enough domestic violence places to go to. Women's shelters, I think they're called. Although men can occasionally find themselves in a domestic violence, it's not just for women. You've got to realise that even men can find themselves, because if a woman picks up a kitchen knife, he's got Buckley's of being able to defend himself. He'll have to do the runner. So, so women can be vicious as well, folks. It's not just the men who are vicious, and it's not just the women who are the victims. Therefore, that's it. I'm going to make a negative image out of this as well. Probably won't need to use that, I'm thinking. Yeah, that's come up nice, quite nice, I do think. But yeah, the cost of living, the amount, I guess a docket really is a reminder of a cost of living. Let's see how we go with this. Some of the things I have picked off the street could be donated. Of course, I can make some difference. Things I've demoed with that I don't want, not this docket, of course, I could give. I just thought of that. So yeah, there is something I can do, but not with the money though. And that's come up a treat. I think we now call this demo quits.